What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Unplayable, your favorite show about our favorite games. I can't believe you're still watching this, but we're here. It's Jay, Mike, Jim, and myself. Fellas, how are you doing?
Whoa, Jim, are you in a new house?
Brand new house. Got a whole new setup.
Whoa,
it's great.
I just noticed.
You can actually see the stuff behind me, unlike Jay's screen.
Yeah, that's rendering. That's blurred out back there. Intentionally, I should add.
I'm going to be wondering the whole time,
you don't want
what
to give up
games is he hiding?
what games you got.
Yeah, I got to reveal them slowly once per podcast episode.
Every week, you should edit your background so that only one game is not blurry.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That's like, was it Lau or Cable? Someone in our Discord said in one of Jay's games, they could see the clock like ticking forward because we were editing out like the in-between phases, and it was like messing with their brains. And just now I really want to do something like that in the backgrounds of every video of just to see what people will notice. Yeah.
I was definitely thinking about like changing the games a little bit every time until it's like completely different, but I haven't gone through that effort yet.
You could like spell a secret message with like the first letter of the title of each of the games, and then you send out a message.
That's next level.
Jeez. All right, well let's catch up. Anybody play any games this week or do anything fun?
I did. I'm always doing some kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
You want me to chat about it, or you just want me to keep it
just
secret?
Get in there. Come on.
Yeah, what'd you do?
So for one thing,
he came prepared.
Came home with one of these bad boys.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. It's blurry. I can't see it.
For those who are not watching the video, it is a Flesh and Blood box that is the new. It's called Around the Table. It's a collaboration with Tolarian Community College, aka the professor, who is big into magic and has definitely done stuff with Flesh and Blood and KeyForge in the past, all kinds of crap. But he basically helped design this package, what was going to be in it. And this game, or this box, focuses solely around a 4-player, what's called Ultimate Pit Fight game mode, which is kind of like Commander in Magic the Gathering, where you're just kind of doing crazy things and politicking with each other to try to see who's going to be the kingmaker and who gets to win. I went through the cards, and there's some actually like really cool things they did with the different characters and the different decks that they have in this box, because it's very different than what like Standard or Blitz or even Draft has, because there's a lot of like some of the characters let you defend for other characters or for other players. They let you give other players, like there's equipment in here that when you block with it, you give another player something like a card or a resource or some kind of token. There's a lot of cool twists to this box. I haven't played it yet because I just got it yesterday, so I'm really excited to crack it out and play a 4-player game of this because it looks super fun.
Have you ever played that format before? Because I know the format's existed for a while, right?
Right.
I've always heard that it sucks. I haven't played it, but I've always heard that it's bad.
Exactly. And that's why I'm really excited about this, because
so hopefully that will make it not bad.
It has way more interesting abilities that exist for it's like designed for that. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to give it a try and see what's up.
Interesting.
I got it from a pre-release for the new set called Bright Lights. So for those of you who are into Flesh and Blood, the new set's coming out. You probably already know that. And I played in the pre-release, and basically this set is all the same here, or all the same class. And there's 3 new characters for that class. So it's really interesting because for Draft and Sealed, all the cards are for that class. So it's not like previous where you either draft into Wizard or draft into Ninja or try to pick up generics so you can stay open kind of thing. It's all mechanologists. So it doesn't take 6 packs to do Sealed. It only takes 4 since they're all usable in your deck, which is pretty cool. But also it allows you to do what's called it's like Jumpstart in Magic the Gathering, where you just buy 3 packs and shuffle it together and play, which is actually really cool. I did do that, and that was fun. But Sealed was also
it's like KeyForge.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want. Whatever
You
want
mean
to equate it
Jumpstart
to.
was like KeyForge and Fab is like Jumpstart. Yeah, got it.
The transitive property, one of those properties that we learned in math.
Yeah, let's respect the OGs in this formula, okay? It's not like Magic
it's not
figured it out.
algorithmically generated. It's just
You're just opening 3 packs
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not the same thing.
You open a
as
deck and you
KeyForge.
play it.
Yeah, but you also can't use those cards for anything else. You have to play it that way forever. Whereas if I open,
it's not a 1-to-1 comparison.
If I open a legendary, then I get to use that legendary in other
copyrighted
decks.
idea. You freaking hosted a KeyForge podcast. Why are you defending Magic? Are you
I'm
a
not
Magic player
saying
now?
no. I'm not saying KeyForge is bad. I'm just saying this is not the same thing as KeyForge.
If anybody ever wanted to know how to tilt Dhaus,
slightly make fun of KeyForge. He's not.
Anyway.
KeyForge is not perfect.
I like playing KeyForge. It's just I don't think they're the same thing. But anyway, I made top 4 for the pre-release. It was a maxed out event. Haven't played in 4 months. Came in.
That's crazy that they maxed it out at 4 people.
Yeah, right. They actually had to turn people away. Luckily, I got there early because they only had 16 slots. So, which is actually surprising a lot of people are talking about how Flesh and Blood is going downhill, or at least not downhill, but like it's very stagnant. And then they're losing more players, and they're probably bringing in by a marginal amount. Anyway, there was a lot of people that showed up, and this is a new store, so it's not like they have a lot of community that would show up to it. But this set is really sick, so I think a lot of people are coming out to play it. No one really cared much about the previous set, but they care about this one. And I have to say, this set is awesome. So if you like Flesh and Blood, or if you've never played it and you're interested in trying it, I highly recommend playing this set because there's a lot of cool stuff in it. It's very crunchy though, so be expected to have to figure out how things work.
Is that good for someone who's never played before?
You can. So the good thing about it, I would say, is that you don't have to worry about choosing a class. It's more about choosing a hero, and then you just play all what you would think are the best cards. Sure. So it's easier to get into and start playing. And then there is one of the 3 heroes is way easier to play than the other 2. So there's at least one that you could like just default into and learn how to play that character because it's really easy.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yep.
I tried looking at some of the cards from the set, and I was like, no, I don't have an hour. And I have played Flesh and Blood before. I think the game is cool. It has a lot of cool stuff going for it, but it is an investment.
Yes,
mentally.
Definitely can be.
And I
look behind Jim's head, that kind of investment.
That too. I mean, that looks like the smart kind of investment to me. I don't know.
Thank you.
Those are open. Don't worry. He just doesn't have storage boxes, so he puts the cards back in there.
They're empty boxes. It's fine.
He doesn't even sleeve. He's a maniac.
It's just decor.
Well, what I was gonna say is, I was not interested in the last set whatsoever, and I'm definitely pulled back in after this weekend. So I'll probably be playing a lot more Flesh and Blood.
Nice.
Going forward.
My brain is stuck on this now. Like, how does it serve the community, or like what does the community think about a set that only has one class's worth of cards in it? Because like part of Flesh and Blood's identity, I feel like, is you pick your hero, you get really good at your hero, and you kind of like stay in your lane almost. But if your lane is not mechanologist, what do you do other than draft? Which maybe everybody has fun with that.
That's not a like bad complaint, I would say, but I could, for example, I could say I play Ranger, and there, or not me. Let's say you play any class except for Runeblade, Guardian. I don't know. There could easily be 3 sets that come out that doesn't have a Guardian in it. So it doesn't matter if they're all the same hero, same class or not, because if there wasn't going to be a Guardian in it, there wasn't going to be a Guardian in it anyway.
That's fair.
So
it's kind of always a problem no matter what, basically.
Yeah. What they do is they do the supplemental sets, which have cards for everybody. So you at least when one of those comes out every other so often, you at least are getting some cards, even if you don't have a set in the last two set, or your class isn't in the last two sets. I also don't think many people actually stick to just one class anymore. At least I can't. I like playing a lot of different things, and I can't stick to just one class. Even sticking to one class is not really saving you money either anyways, because for example, I have all the stuff for Viserai, and I cannot play anywhere close to Briar or Chain, and those are two other rune blades that exist,
they're
because they run
entirely different.
And they run completely different stuff almost. So it's like I would have to spend just as much money as I invested in playing Viserai to play another hero.
Interesting.
But yeah, we had one mechanologist come out. Is it Arcane Rising? So that was the second set to ever come out, and we didn't get a single mechanologist until now. So it's been like over 2 years since we got a mechanologist.
Unless you want to count Data Doll, but nobody counts Data Doll.
No, that's Blitz character. It's not really, and it was like in a supplemental set, so it wasn't like there's a bunch of mechanologist cards coming out.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's that. Anyone else got anything to talk about? Because I could keep going. I got other stuff I've been doing.
I feel like most of my gaming was just you played a game. I said, "Oh, I like that game," so I pulled it out, played it for a little bit, and then just helped answer questions as we went. And that was like my gaming for the last couple of weeks. So.
What game was that? What'd you call it? Marvel Snap?
Yep. Marvel to Snap. You were mashing all sorts of deck ideas together, where you took like 3 separate ideas and you combined them together into one and put them in the same deck.
It works.
It was a brilliant strategy, totally unique.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Well, thanks. Join the Discord. I'll see you next time.
David doesn't play Flesh and Blood or Marvel Snap.
Or Marvel Snap.
Just wake me up when this ends. All right.
September's over.
Well played.
Oh, wow, yeah. I was like this close to going to a local Lorcana event last night, and then I started to feel sick and I did not go. But I'm planning on going next weekend instead, so I'll report back. I have nowhere near enough cards to make a full deck.
Crazy.
I'm like now.
Well, you can make a full deck. It's just a bad.
Well,
deck.
yeah, sure. To make the deck that I would want to make. But it's kind of fun, right? Like I actually don't mind that. I'm not trying to try hard. I don't care if I win. Like if anybody's watched the videos that we put out, I don't care if I win. I just want to have fun and meet cool people hopefully, and I don't know, make cool things happen with the decks that I build. So we'll see if I can do it next weekend. I'm hoping to, and I would say
50% of the people that will go probably also are in your situation.
I would assume so. I live in a pretty rural town that's not that big, so I would be kind of surprised if anybody was really stacked and had a full Ruby Amethyst deck or something like that. I'd be pretty surprised. Yeah, the allocation in this area was pretty trash.
Yeah,
I still only have the one little starter deck here and hold it with pride.
Yep.
I actually just opened. I went to Disney last weekend and I opened 18 packs, and then I had 2 gift sets from the Disney Springs before they sold out. So I got to open 8 more. So 24 packs.
What'd you open?
How many Gantus did you get?
No Gantus. I did get 5 legendaries though, or at least 5 legendaries. I got a Belle, a Rapunzel, a Maleficent, a John Silver, and what else? I can't remember what my last legendary was, but and then I got a couple foil super rares, like the Silver Hans. His looks really cool. Nice. Foil. And Mother Gothel, super rare cold foil. Cool foil. Yeah. So nice. That was super fun to get to open packs, because I haven't opened packs since Gen Con. And I'm sure many people are in my boat, and I spent a lot of time going to different stores trying to get packs. So finally getting some was sweet. And I am going to sell my big cards. So if you want them,
smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a weird time to be someone playing Lorcana in person. isn't it? Like it feels like I feel fairly fatigued by all the posts of
for sure.
I'm tired of hearing how
people
people are like, everybody knows what the situation is. Just it is
and
what
then
it is.
Even when they post to celebrate, it's like you're just I don't know. It's made me want to be around the game less. So hopefully, again, like we got the news that the reprint of set 1's coming in November. Or like before the holidays, I guess they said. They didn't say November. They said before the holidays. So
yeah. Well, they also I don't know if this is confirmed, but there has been talk about the second set having essentially the same print size as the first set in its initial wave. So I'm curious. I mean, that's supposed to come out in November, right? So are they going to be able to get that second reprint out in time for the launch of that game, or is it going to come like 2 weeks later?
It's a good question, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because
it'll be interesting to watch what happens there.
It's like how long are people willing to wait to like the Jim Braden who's sitting there like I have a starter deck and yay. This game is fun. Like if I didn't go to Gen Con, I wouldn't have any product. I can't find any locally. Like
one box and that's it.
Yeah. And had I known how this is how it would have been, and I should have guessed. I would have bought way so many more boxes. I would have invested so much money in boxes and also getting Gen Con Mickey promos.
Yeah.
Because those things are selling for so much.
Are they
considering they were free? Yeah, dude. Like 150 plus.
Dang,
I got two.
Dude, all you had to do was make what, like a $24 purchase and
or stand in line and they were giving them out too. Yeah. Or go to the
crazy. There were so many
tournament.
of those given out. That's crazy that they're holding that value.
At least 80,000.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Is what I was told.
That's nuts.
I've got two sitting here. They did. I don't know how, but like they both got like a little nick on the top left. I don't know if something in my bag hit it. I don't know, but so I don't know. But I was thinking, I was like, I need to get rid of these and
they're worthless now. If you should send them to me.
And I need to save up my cash for Star Wars Unlimited anyway. So
yeah, you do. I've been holding one off to the side to use for a giveaway that we're supposed to do that we haven't done yet because it's impossible to coordinate our schedules other than the 1 day a week that we can do this. But
sometimes we haven't done this in weeks.
I am.
2 weeks.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, I was traveling and then we were all sick and then just craziness.
Other stuff. Yeah.
But yeah. If you want a Mickey promo, maybe you will be the lucky person that wins in the giveaway that we eventually do.
My friend top 8'd at one of those tournaments at Gen Con, and he sold that playmat for like $500.
That's
not too
crazy. I would not pay that amount of money for that playmat. I do not like the way that playmat looks at all.
I mean, it's different, but I that mall, the world's top 8 mall mat I sold for $200 like last year. The game had been dead.
I'm still annoyed that you didn't ask me if I wanted it before you sold it. I would have paid $200 for it.
Well, dang it! I've got some Gen Con Mickeys. You
no, I don't want those. That mall mat was sick.
I've got some really cool acrylic power action tokens for making top 6.
We're probably going to have about 10,000 different Star Wars Unlimited mats, so I think I'm okay.
I know.
Yep. Except they didn't say they were giving mats out as OP prizes.
Which I'm very actually excited about because I don't need any more. I really don't.
Oh my word. I have so many play mats. It's insane.
In my closet over here, I have like 30.
Wow.
Yeah. And when Asmodee was doing the KeyForge fire sale, because they were obviously selling the IP, they like all the KeyForge accessories, Game Genic, everything was literally like 90% off, or not, if not more. So all of their KeyForge mats were $1. So I got like 15 of them just to give them to other new players or whatever. So I've given a ton away, and I still have a ton. And I just got one of everything, and there was literally like so many. But I also got lots of cool Game Genic stuff too. That it's just a little tough because the triple boxes are made for KeyForge size decks, which is very unique to the game. So But yeah. Oh gosh, all the gaming accessories.
I mean, every time I go to an event, I come home with a playmat, so I have at least a million. You know?
Yeah. I'm starting to trade out like my mouse pad and where my keyboard is just to keep it fresh and just do different play mags. It's like
That's
whatever.
not a bad way to go.
I'm sitting on Destiny Phasma right now from 2017.
I have that mat too.
Yeah,
I had like 10 of those.
I know.
Yep.
That's the classic.
I think I have 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the one. There was one that I got that I was like pretty excited about getting. I looked through my collection of mats like a few weeks ago because I was cleaning. I don't even remember which one it was. It's like none of it matters to me anymore. If it looks cool, it looks cool. I don't care otherwise.
I have a Thrawn one that looks pretty cool. That one was
Oh, that one I do remember. It's from the Galactic Qualifiers.
Yeah, I have that one.
Nice.
That one's
Yeah.
and then I have my
time.
favorite one is probably the Palpatine Invader one that I got Worlds. That
Oh,
one
I
was really
didn't get
cool.
that one. Yeah, I didn't get that one.
That one.
You get that off the prize wall, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
That was cool.
Oh, prize wall. That just I haven't remember. It's like those two words together. Just it's like this like old FFG thing that like sends shivers up my spine. Like I don't know if it's a good thing. I wonder if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
I in general like I think prize walls are fun.
Like Fab does prize walls.
Do you think?
Yeah, like when you go to an event like nationals or anything, you get tickets for wins.
Okay, you know what? Like the reason it kind of bothers me is because with KeyForge, they did the like you get the Amber tokens.
Yeah,
you like all these Amber shards, and then you could get personalized chairs. With like,
chairs.
With like the actual like KeyForge house on there. So the tabletop royale guys like who are like very like probably the most well known guys in all of KeyForge because they stream it multiple times a week or whatever. I mean, so they finally cashed in to like get these chairs.
Did they get the chairs?
It took. I don't know how long, but I mean, it was multiple years and like emails and calls. Probably
so expensive for FFG.
Yeah, the original picture that they like put as like the advertisement versus like what they got. Like the original was like so sleek and like
the original was like literally like a Secret Labs like branded chair. With like
and like the one they got was like straight up like Office
like
Max
IKEA
with like a ironed on like Bromnar. Like
even like the chair legs, you got to like whatever house you picked. Like they made the chair legs that color.
There's still no way that FFG made money on that.
No.
Yeah. Wow. They were dreaming big. They were dreaming big.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate circumstances.
All right. So, no, go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying. I think prize walls are fun. So.
Yeah, I would not mind it.
I'll stick up for prize walls too.
I would not mind it as long as it's reasonable and actionable within a reasonable amount of time.
You're telling me that if they offered an Emperor Palpatine throne chair, you wouldn't want that?
I would wait years for that.
Tell you what, if they could somehow make it portable so you could show up at the LGS for locals with that thing and like plop down like it's your play mat.
When you play at big events, you have to bring that chair with you.
Load up the car, can't have anybody in the backseat.
Oh man, FFG, please hire us to cast a future event and let us sit in those kind of chairs casting the event.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
You know, as commentators. Like that would be something. So speaking of Star Wars, so number one, I have been reading so many Star Wars comics this week because
nice.
Marvel Unlimited little subscription. I was like, I've been following the War of the Bounty Hunters storyline. Phenomenal storyline. I love Bounty Hunters, love Boba Fett. There's all these stories in official Star Wars canon that I never knew, and this is a fairly recent one from like the last 3 years.
I don't think I know about this one.
But the basic premise is that like after Han Solo was frozen in carbonite, and then you see him in Return of the Jedi, he's just in Jabba's palace. Mm-hmm. Like there was a lot that happened between there. It was not like a go from A to B. Like there were many different things, and at one point Kira's involved, and like all these different things. So
okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So
I'm intrigued now.
That's all I'll say. But it's good because they tie in all the different bounty hunters, and there's a fight scene between IG-88 and Darth Vader, and it's like crazy. Like I am eating up the Star Wars lore. I think Ahsoka show has me all Star Wars stuff.
Rekindled it for you
as usual, and Star Wars Unlimited. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many good things. So So when we're talking about games we've been playing, I've played a lot of Star Wars Unlimited on Felt Table because it's just easy to sit there and watch a show and play Felt Table games. And played against Mike.
That's right.
And had some fun there.
Yep.
The
game will be out by the time this is out. So.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, I second guessed if it was out already, but
no, it's out. Very fun game.
But I can tell it's like already seeping its way into my brain because I'll sit there and stare at a deck builder for way too long when there's like
there's
not even
50%.
Yeah, I'm like every card I'm just thinking, and I'm and especially the whole thing how you can play cards out of aspect for the aspect penalty. Like it opens up these other lines that you're like, could there be something here that nobody else has thought of,
seen yet?
That's so interesting. I never think about that. Like never. I just write it off in my brain as like, there's no way that this could be worth it. But then that's always like the surprise factor is often worth that, right?
Yeah. Like Overwhelming Barrage might just find its way into a lot of decks.
Yeah.
What's the cost on it?
5.
It's 5. So 7
green
villain.
Seven.
Yeah.
Or more, right? If you're not green or villain.
Yeah, true. That might 9 might be a little too much, but a lot of times it's like sometimes that thing can just wipe a whole board. So
it's a crazy card.
So there are just little things like that where my brain, it's just I can feel my myself like tinkering and thinking about things outside of like playing the game. It's like, okay, this is capturing my heart quickly, and playing a lot of Chewbacca right now. As we discussed in the Discord.
Well, we will have to put that to the test.
Yeah. Jim, anything else you've been playing? You kind of said you have sort of played games, but you didn't say anything specifically.
Oh, I did jump back into Marvel Snap for a little bit. FIFA just came out, so I know it's not our bread and butter over here. So that's been a lot of my actual time on things. And
that's Ted Lasso research.
I've literally never played a FIFA game.
Me either.
I have a lot of friends who...
Mike, I've played FIFA.
Like FIFA 12.
I've played FIFA.
That's probably why I haven't.
I have played the superior Mario Super Strikers.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Now that's a good soccer game to play.
I can get behind.
I thought you were going to say Rocket League.
I have played Rocket League a lot
Rocket League's
too.
okay.
I've played Rocket League
I
a
am
bunch.
absolute trash at Rocket League. But it was very fun when it first came out. I had a lot of fun.
It always looks so simple when you watch people do it, and you try to do an aerial once, and you're just like, it's not happening.
No, this is not my game.
And then just deck building for Commander. I've still been enjoying that. Have some friends locally that play quite a bit. So one of them decided to bust out an actually pretty good deck. So now we all have to scramble and try to find something that can match it.
And what's your hero or what's your commander? What kind of person is your commander?
Ooh, let's see. Well, so the last deck I built was
the one that you sent me.
Oh wait. Oh, the shark one.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. It's some shark riders.
It's a shark rider?
Yeah. There's a shark, bird shark. And then
it's
there's a guy
bird shark?
that rides the shark. Right.
Okay.
So I was looking at that. I might swerve away from the bird shark because that one is just draw your deck as quickly as possible.
Like Sharknado because they're just flying around sharks.
The theming of that is awesome. The way the deck plays is just you draw your entire deck and you ping everyone to death because you like deal a damage every time you draw a card, which
fun.
Doesn't make any sense thematically for like Sharkbird.
No, it's a Sharknado. Every time, every time you draw, it's a tornado is spinning and debris is hitting people in the face.
I think it's really just how I sell it when I'm sitting at the table with everybody else. It's like maybe I'm like messing up all of their cards every time I draw one as well.
You just need to play cards like Into the Royal or like I don't know, like Lightning Strike. Like you need to play like weather themed instants and sorceries to sell it.
Now you're onto something.
So
I like this now. So
right behind Jim, I saw you have a copy of Smash Up. But like the whole concept, if you haven't played Smash Up, is that they have different theme decks, and similar to KeyForge, you slap them together, and
you create a new deck. You don't do that in KeyForge.
I'm just kidding. You do in Alliance format. You actually do that. Anyways, The point is they have expansions and they all have different themes. And there's an expansion that has sharks, like a shark deck and a tornado deck. So that you can literally have a Sharknado deck. And
so they stole it from Magic.
that's the weird stuff I love about like the Smash Up game as a board game. But nice. Because you can do a lot of like just weird things, moving sharks around with tornadoes to different bases and stuff. It's good. It's fun.
Jim, I'll have to send you the commander deck that I've been working on for way too long, which is whatever the Pumpkin King, that one.
I've heard of this, but I haven't seen it in action yet.
So my whole thing is I want it to be like Halloween themed. So all of the cards are like horror story related.
That's awesome.
I have a bunch of like the cool looking secret lair, like horror movie poster kind of style cards to go in it. It's not quite there yet. It'd probably be like way more than I'm willing to spend on Magic cards to build it correctly. But once I build it eventually, we'll the three of us that actually know how to play Magic will play.
I'll send David a coupon.
I know how to play Magic.
Oh wait, David, you bring your KeyForge deck. We bring our Magic decks.
Yeah. Since they're literally the same thing, right?
Yeah,
you just smash them together and you're ready to go.
All these games are just a copy.
Just make sure your KeyForge deck has no duplicates and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Can I ask a practical question? How many cards are in a commander deck?
199.
And you sleeve these, right?
Yeah.
Double sleeve if you're
single sleeve if you're not a psychopath.
So when you show up to the table, is your deck literally?
It's ridiculous, and I hate it.
Let me tell you. There's this new product by GameGenic.
Oh my!
It's a deck box that comes with a stack holder.
You can't play the game with it.
No way.
You don't have to worry about that. Tell me more. It's ingenious.
Okay, if you have watched that video and Jay's like trying to stack the deck and it's sliding off and then trying to like that actually happens fairly frequently.
Oh my gosh.
I hate shuffling a commander deck more than I should.
Yeah.
Like you have to shuffle like two halves of it separately and then somehow combine it all together.
Mm-hmm.
At least I do because I'm not Shaquille O'Neal. So it's tough.
So I saw a picture of a Yu-Gi-Oh player who brought, because they had like they didn't have a limit on like the amount
there's no
cards.
deck size limit.
Yeah, so he came in. It took two people carrying this like deck that just as like a meme, and apparently just to stall out the games, and people were like, "Oh, this is gonna happen in Lorcana because you can just have however many cards or whatever."
You can do that in Magic too.
And what a nightmare.
Lorcana doesn't have a deck max?
Nope.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
In Flesh and Blood, there's a deck you can play, but you have to slab all of your decks. Like they have to be a PSA graded card. And so you have your 60 PSA graded cards.
You can actually do that.
Wait, no way.
So,
it's legal.
It's tournament legal to play with PSA slabs.
As long as they all are PSA slabs.
Why does that make me want to do it? What is wrong with me?
Somebody played a game like that because I think there was some like promotional card that was like a joke. Like if you have a PSA 10 card, you get like a buff or something like that. And so we played that, and I want to say, I don't know, it was just hilarious watching this man walk in with 60 slabbed cards. Like, all right, let's play a game.
Be like this tall. That sounds amazing. How would you shuffle that?
You don't.
You just pile shuffle 60 different piles.
You just drop it on the table. Oh, ridiculous. Gosh. That's like singing songs to Mike when you're playing Lorcana. It's
no,
like
I would actually find this funny.
Nightmare. That is wild.
You been playing anything, Mike, besides Marvel Snap?
I've been playing a crap load of Marvel Snap.
Me too.
So I was gone for like 2 weeks, and I didn't play any games while I was gone, except for we did go to this really sick Magic store / Pokemon store in Tokyo called Haruruya. It's like it's spelled that way too. It's the most like famous Magic shop in Japan, or in Tokyo at least, and they have these really fun, like everything in Japan is gambling, literally everything. So it's in the same area as like basically it's called Akihabara, and this entire area is just like rows of arcades, and all the arcades are like 7 stories tall. And
Wow.
on each floor, they have different arcade games. 90% of them are claw machines. And you can win, like, you know, what you would expect you'd be able to win from a claw machine in Japan. Definitely lots of waifus. But at the magic shop, they had this gamble basically where you bought a booster pack, and the booster pack came with a bunch of magic cards. And at the end, it came with like a letter, and it would be like A, B, or S, and depending on what letter you pulled, you got to go to like their prize wall basically and pick which card you wanted from that category. So we spent too much time and money in there just trying to find the good cards.
That's hilarious.
So that was fun. But yeah, once I got back, I started playing a lot more Marvel Snap, trying to catch up on the season. I am almost at Infinite, but not quite yet. And I think the season ends tomorrow, so I got some work to do tomorrow.
We know what
You
you're
could
doing.
be playing right now, Mike. Just
Yeah.
I could be, but
I actually considered playing while we were podcasting today.
Part of me is surprised you guys haven't made a Marvel Snap video for Unplayable with how much you guys talk about it in our text thread.
I have fun with it, but I don't know. I don't know how much I have to add to that conversation there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me either. I don't know what I'm doing.
Like
Honestly.
I like the game. I have fun with the game, but it's. I don't want to say it's just like a time waster for me, but it's like it's hard to take the game seriously, or at least it's hard to like. I don't know, to think about it the same way as I think about the like trading card games that we play.
Yeah,
It's because it's so like combo-y and swingy, and part of the strategy of the game is knowing when to retreat.
Yeah,
So it has like a whole nother. It's like not even in the same.
it's like
category.
a meta game on top of the game, right? And that game is almost more important than the game itself.
Exactly,
which is really weird.
So it's not. You can't think of it as a game that is strategic as much as it is when to wager.
It's like poker, right?
Your value, yeah.
Like similar to poker, I guess, in that way, where you're playing your hand in some ways, but you're playing the table more than you're playing like the hand of cards that you draw.
Kind of. It's not the same though.
It's not. No, but it has some similarities to like that feeling, where it's like the overarching economy of like, I have these cubes that I'm winning, and maximizing those is the actual game.
Yeah. I would agree.
There you go.
We're Marvel Snap podcast now.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, you know, Marvel Snap got their idea from Smash Up, so
Yeah. And poker got
It's
their
basically
idea from
KeyForge.
KeyForge. So
That's funny.
good to know you guys are on board with this now.
What about you, David? Have you played anything other than Star Wars Unlimited?
So I've been playing some Pixelborn. Not a lot, but I hopped on some played on there. I've been trying to like, I just have no interest in meta stuff. I'm just trying to build my own kind of, what can I do? So like the one I like trying to figure out is like trying to make the big Dr. Facilier, like to be able to like maximize that like value in fighting and being able to rush and trade stuff, so that, because if it gets banished, it goes back to your hand, and it's like, can you maximize all the play effects like on characters, so that you're playing them, you're getting a bonus from playing it, and you're fighting it because you're rushing it with Pocket Watch or whatever, and you're getting it back. And so I've just been trying to tinker with that and see if I can figure it out. I haven't cracked the code yet. Originally, well, honestly, ironically, it's like 45 cards of it are purple, and there's like 15 that are kind of like the mix right now. So on Friday, I was playing a lot with green.
Green would be cool.
Because there's just some control elements, and there's like, again, you have stuff like Genie, so like you're bouncing a character, and then you could potentially fight him into something and then get it back, and so you've got some like on play effects. I also was trying to get like John Silver to quest and then make them reckless, which forces them to fight into me, which puts it back in my hand. Yeah, and so just cool. More, so I call it Fighty McFightface. After the old English boat naming debacle.
That was not a debacle. That was a triumph.
It was. That was a triumph. Well,
that dominated news for you for a long time.
So I was doing that. Because Chris was streaming on Friday night, and so I hopped in and was just chatting it up with him for a while and watched play. He did play someone who was running a deck with 101 cards, and like the moment he realized they were running 101 cards, it was just like,
was it a Dalmatian deck? Because that would be awesome.
That would, every card is Cruella.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. So there were some fun moments. He was playing some of the new stuff and trying to for a while, and then eventually he went on ladder. But
the new stuff is wild.
Yeah,
it is.
Actually,
wild.
I got some videos going up.
Yeah, Jay and I played a couple games.
Yeah, the resist stuff is
bonkers.
Yeah, resist.
I'm worried about the resist and how
fun.
it's gonna. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, you'll never get cards, so you don't have to worry about the resist.
I have faith.
I'm supposed to be playing in like a 1 or 2K tournament in a few weeks, like October 21st, and I'm kind of dreading it because competitive Lorcana is not fun to me.
Super sweaty.
Whereas for me, like Flesh and Blood is really fun to play competitively. Lorcana is not. I don't know why I feel that way.
I mean, it goes back to identity, right? Like Lorcana is not designed to be a hyper competitive game, right? Like that's not why they made it, but they did make Flesh and Blood for that very purpose, and so it's very good at being that kind of game.
Yeah, and even think about like the way that, like, because obviously with Star Wars Unlimited talking about booster packs and stuff recently, there's a lot of talk about drafting and limited play and these things that are built in that like people who are in like the Lorcana world trying to understand this like draft side if they've never considered that.
And draft for Lorcana seems terrible to me.
Oh yeah, I just first of all, who has that kind of money? It's
very expensive. Yeah,
it's just like the way that they didn't create the game with draft in mind tells me that
that's pretty bad.
Not competitive. Whereas like Star Wars Unlimited, I'm like, all I want to do release weekend is draft as many times as I humanly can, and
100%.
And so
it's really weird too, because I feel like you could technically draft a deck in Lorcana that is better than constructed decks because it has no color restriction, and you could find something broken that exists that wasn't designed to be that way.
Yeah, you probably could.
Like being able to pair 3 things that would never be able to be paired together.
Yeah,
I don't know. Interesting to think about.
I like kind of want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm also like, my brain doesn't want to try to think through all of that.
No.
It's like, I couldn't do it in a normal day.
I can see you doing math right now.
The numbers like floating.
I'm like, that's why I just never do math in games. It's
all
a lot
the number
more fun.
4. Just 4.
That's good. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
No.
We've back, baby.
We've kind of turned the podcast into like our like vlog, catching up at the local pub style.
This is just us chilling. If you guys like this, let us know. If you hate it, also let us know. Or don't. Either way.
Or don't.
we take feedback, okay? We might roast back a little bit.
They stopped listening a long time ago.
That might be true.
But it's like the unplayable. It's all about community for us, so it gives us a chance to talk about all the things that wouldn't fit neatly into a YouTube video.
Speaking of community, join our Discord right now. Do it.
Yeah.
What else?
The link is right there for you. It's just right there.
Right there?
Right there.
I think it's just down this way. But
there? Oh, got it.
Click it. Click it. Click it.
It's awesome.
They're never going to know where the link is at this point.
No. We just confused everybody.
Like checking behind their computer screen, like, where is it?
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.